things I'm just going to quickly mention was for anyone who's struggling with depression and anxiety, cognitive behavior therapy is amazing. And when I first encountered it at hospital, they gave us, it was in group therapy, they gave us this sheet that listed the 10 cognitive distortions, which are things like black and white thinking, catastrophizing, um, predicting the future, like, oh gosh, I can't even think. I used to have them all memorized, but there's like 10 of them. Look them up. And they said in the group, pick 3 which resonate with you and sort of give a rating out of 10 as to, how much they kind of impact you. And I was looking at all 10 of these. I'm like, I do every single one of these. And I had no idea how much negative talk, and that's what happened to me. I just didn't realize how much it had governed my life. And that was a real, also like a light bulb moment of like, geez, this is actually, a lot of this is actually your thinking. Like your thinking is very negative, and there's a real dissonance here. So that was a really powerful tool, because I started to recognize, when I was feeling tense or anxious or down on myself, a lot of the time it was rooted in one of those 10 things. So that was just a really useful tool. And that was something that also really helped in my shift of thinking of like, okay, I need to go through the motions here. And like, you can't just switch it off. It's a process and it takes time. You have to kind of build new neural pathways in your brain, and that takes time. That takes a constant sort of practicing of skills and of putting in positive routines into your life. But I think there was a bunch of things that really helped me. Like, so my background is like, I'm a Christian, and faith has also really governed my life. And I was really annoyed with God, because I was like, I didn't sign up for this. Like, this wasn't supposed to happen. This wasn't a part of the plan. What are you doing?
A part of my plan.
Yeah, exactly. I had it all worked out in my head how it was all going to go. Thank you very much. And yeah, I think, but so the hospital I went to, it's a Catholic hospital, so all the rooms had a crucifix, and I'm not Catholic background, but for me it was I had a little reminder every day of the suffering of Christ on the cross, and that image kind of sustained me, because I thought, my goodness, like Christ suffered so much, more than anyone in human history, with what he carried, but the victory came. So he went through a time of great suffering, but on the other side there was victory. So I held on to that sort of imagery, and I think it also gave me a greater understanding of the Trinity. Sorry, this might be going a little bit maybe getting a little bit religious, but I think
it's a podcast about faith and love.
it is a faith podcast. So that's good.
Religious
But
here.
I think, there was this part of me was like, God crying out to go, like, why? Or, I just felt really, because you feel so alone. Like, even though I had all the supports in the world around me, all these incredible supports, you know that you have to do the work yourself. Like, I can have everyone do everything else for me, do my laundry, feed me, like all of that stuff, but I still had to do this. And that was an isolating thing. And I felt quite separated from God. And it was sort of like, God, what the heck? But then I also realized, I was like, wait a minute. But even God knows what it feels like to be separated, because we have that again in Christ. When Christ in agony on the cross was separated from God. So I was like, I was like, whoa, actually, wait, no, God knows exactly how you feel. And that gave me some comfort too, because I was like, yeah, okay, right. There must be a greater meaning and purpose in suffering. Like, God just doesn't let us go through these things without there being something to come out of it. And again, that's what we get from the suffering servant. Like, that is the centerpiece. That's the most incredible thing about what we have as Christians. We have a God who knows what human suffering feels like and shares in it with us. So I just think, my goodness, it's not like there's anything, like I haven't done anything to deserve this, and there's nothing wrong with me. It's just a state of being human. Sometimes we're going to suffer, but I can cling to God, because God gets it. God knows how I feel. So I'm not just like crying out to someone who just doesn't get it. I have someone who totally gets it. Um, so that really gave me comfort as well in thinking, all right, okay, all right, there's got to be a purpose in this. And God can use suffering. God can use anything, but the suffering especially. So I think once I decided to just surrender and just hand it over and just go through the motions, and I really had to, a lot of that was also letting go of, like, I had to trust my husband to kind of help take care of things. Like, he was wonderful. Uh, our daughter had, there was no shortage of cuddles because he was there to cuddle her all the time. I found it hard. I found her very overwhelming. Um, some days I just wanted to run as far as and fast away as I could. But no, he was always there to give her plenty of cuddles, and he took care of the house while I was really kind of sorting myself out. And once I was discharged, I was there for 4 weeks. And once I was discharged, I was put into an outpatient group therapy program. So I was back at Burwood every week. And slowly, slowly, like, I was in a postnatal depression course, which was fantastic. And it just slowly, step by step, gave me life skills back. And when I returned home, I started to slowly get this, like, okay, you are actually capable of taking care of this baby. And yeah, just little by little, step by step, the grip that depression had, it just slowly released. And I mean, I was hitting it from all sides. Like, so people who are struggling, like, please, the help is there. And it's like, there is skills, like, it is absolutely a treatable thing. Depression and anxiety is totally treatable. And it's not like an attack. I mean, it's a spiritual attack in a way, but it's not like, if you have Jesus, like, you can't actually be touched by that. You know what I mean? Like, because some people sort of, I think, can be like, oh, is it demonic? Or I'm like, no, no, no. Like, in this case, I think just Satan laughs at our patheticness sometimes. Like, it doesn't take much to discourage us.